Hey class! This video is going to be going over the work from April 1st. The lesson is called Solving Two-Step Word Problems. Let me show you what paper you need before we get started. On the bottom of the paper it does say April 1st, that's the one that you want. On the top it says Week 1, Day 3 practice page. And on the back it says Week 2, Day 1 practice page. So this is what we need. But before we do that together, we're going to review our vocab words. Remember that we are going to be having a quiz on these vocab words in the next week or so. So I hope that you have taken the time to make some flashcards for yourself. There's only 4 words and 4 definitions, and I want to make sure that you know them because they're very important. So let's review them together, but what we are going to do is start with the definitions today, see if we can come up with the vocab word that matches. All right, our first definition is this. The answer to an addition problem. The answer to an addition problem is called a what? A sum. Good. Next one, here we go. This time, we have the answer to a division problem. What do we call the answer to a division problem? A quotient. Yep. Quotient. Next one. The answer to a subtraction problem. We call the answer to a subtraction problem a difference. Maybe you can think of the last one already. The answer to a multiplication problem is a product. There we go. We're also going to go over some keywords today. When we're working with all 4 of those operations, we have words that tell us what to do when we read word problems. So when we are doing word problems in addition, we want to look for words like this. In all, together, total, sum, there it is, increase, and, added to, or combined. We're going to be working with word problems today. These words would tell us that we are going to add. What about words that tell us to subtract? Compare, difference, fewer, decrease, more than or less than, left over, change, how many more or how many left. So if we see words like this, it'll tell us to subtract. For multiplication, we're looking for things like equal grouped, product, in all or all together. Now this can be confusing because these are also addition words. We just have to pay attention to how they're being used. That's why it helps us to draw a picture. We can see what's going on. If we have twice as much, if we are doubling something, if it says each or times, that tells us we're multiplying. And for division, shared evenly half, divided equally or equally, quotient, how many will each get or how many for each, that's a sign that we're dividing up into groups. All right, now we are ready to tackle these word problems together. I'm going to switch the camera to show you the problems that we're going to do together. Okay, you can see that I now have all the supplies that I need to work on this worksheet. I have my page, my pencil, I have my whiteboard, my marker, and my eraser, and I also have this page, 2-step word problem template. I did print off one of these and put it in your pack. I did not print enough for you to use for every single problem, but I'm going to teach you how we can easily copy this onto our whiteboard so we don't have to waste a bunch of paper. Let's take a look at the problems we're going to be solving. Notice how they are word problems. And remember, the title of this lesson is Solving Two-Step Word Problems. Now, what that means is for every problem that we have, there are going to be 2 different operations that we have to do. You might have to first add and then multiply. Maybe you first divide and then subtract. So in every one of these problems, there's going to be 2 operations that we will do, and we need to look for 2 keywords. we're going to start by reading the first problem and circling any numbers that we see. Let's read together. Yolanda has 5 packs of 8 lip glosses. If she gives 7 to her best friend, how many does she have left over? So, I see 5, 8, and 7 are the numbers I'm working with in this problem. I also see the word of, which you can see I've underlined. Of is a key word that tells us we need to multiply. Let's read the next sentence. If she gives 7 to her best friend. The word gives is a key word that tells us we need to subtract. So we have 1, 2, 3 numbers and 2 keywords for operations. Awesome. We are ready to do this problem. All right. Like I said, I'm going to write this page on my whiteboard to show you how you can do this at home. So I need 2 boxes, just like this. In the top box, I'm going to write step 1. In the bottom box, I'm going to write step 2. Perfect. Notice how they have all 4 operations listed? I'm going to do that as well. Multiply, divide, add, subtract, multiply, divide, add, subtract. So now we are going to carefully read through the problem again, and we're going to find what is the first step we need to do. What's the first operation that we are going to do in this problem? Yolanda has 5 packs of 8 lip glosses. Imagine what that would look like. Or better, let's draw a picture. She has 5 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How many lip glosses are in each pack? We have 8. Instead of adding 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, what could I do instead? That's right, I could multiply. In my first step, I'm multiplying. What am I multiplying? 5 times 8. Yolanda has 5 packs of 8 lip glosses. Good. Next sentence, next step. If she gives 7 to her best friend, how many does she have left? If we multiplied 5 times 8, what would that give us? We have 40, right? In step 2, we are giving 7. Which one of these operations is giving? That's right, subtraction. So in step 2, we're taking the answer that we got from step 1, which is 40, and we are subtracting 7. 40 minus 7. Will that give us how many lip glosses she had left over? Yes, it will. Let's subtract 40 minus 7. 0 minus 7, can't do it. Now I can. How many lip glosses did Yolanda have left? 33. Notice how we went one step at a time until we got our answer. You will take this answer, come write it here on the line. All right, here we are. 33 lip glosses. Don't forget that label. We need to find how many of lip glosses we had left over. Let's do the next problem together as well. I'm going to be circling any numbers that I see and underlining any keywords that might give me clues about what operations I need to do next. There are 3 books on each of the 8 tables in the classroom. If Mrs. Smith puts half of them away, how many are left? I see the numbers 3 and 8. I don't see any other numbers here. Let's see if I can find my keywords. Oh, I see the word each. That's a keyword that tells me to multiply. In the last step, I see if Mrs. Smith puts half of them away. Half looks interesting to me. I'm going to underline it so I can come back to it. Now, let's use our whiteboards. Usually, you are going to see that the first sentence is the first step and the second sentence is the second step. So, let's go to the first sentence. There are 3 books on each of the 8 tables in the classroom. If I draw 8 tables, how many books are on each table? 3. Do I need to go and write 3 on every single circle, or is there a faster way that I can do it? I can multiply 3 books times 8 tables. 3 times 8 gives me 24. Back to our problem for the second sentence and step 2. If Mrs. Smith put half of them away, how many are left? Half. I'm going to go back and check my keyword posters. Looking for the word half. Let me know if you see it. Nope, it's not adding and subtracting. There's each. I know that that's a multiplication word. Half. Division. Okay, so my next step is division. Okay. 24 divided by, what number is half? If I want to cut something in half, I want to cut it into how many pieces? 2. 24 divided by 2 equals 12. 12 what? 12 books. Make sure that you write 12 books on the line. You'll have 2 more problems to do on this side of the page. Let's turn it over to the back, and we have 2 more that we are going to do together. Let's do this one together. Rick bought 3 packs of pens and a binder for $14. If the binder cost $5, how much was each pack of pens? Let's go through and circle the numbers we're going to be using. 3, 14, and 5. Good, and we know there's going to be 2 steps here. So now we have to decide, what are we going to do with these numbers? Let's read it again and try to visualize what's happening in this problem. Rick bought 3 packs of pens and a binder for $14. If the binder cost $5, how much was each pack of pens? Folks, I left a little bit of space down here at the bottom of my whiteboard, and I'm going to draw what I read in this problem. Rick bought 3 packs of pens. Pens are long and skinny, so I'm going to draw 3 ovals. What else did he buy? He bought 3 packs of pens and a binder. I'm going to make that a square. How much did he spend? He spent $14. Okay, that's what we have so far. What else do we know? We know that the binder cost $5. We know that there was $14 spent, and we know that there was 5 spent on the binder. So in step 1, we're going to start with that $14, which is the total amount he spent. If we take away the $5 Rick spent on the binder, we will know how much he spent on the packs of pens. So 14 minus 9, oh, I just told you, 14 minus 5 is 9. Okay, so back to our picture. All of these packs of pens together were $9. We have $9, and how many packs of pens did we buy? We bought 3. So we're going to divide $9 between 3 packs of pens to say that each pack of pens cost us $3. So that means this pack was $3, this pack was $3, and this pack was $3. Let's see if this all adds up to 14. That's a good way to check. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Good, like I said. Is 9 plus 5 14? Yes, it is. So the answer that we need, the answer that answers the question, how much was each pack of pens? Each pack of pens was $3. And this $sign here is my label. Time to do one last problem together. Let's look at this one. A pitcher of lemonade needs 5 lemons plus 2 lemons for every cup being made. If Sean is making 4 cups of lemonade, how many lemons does he need? I have my 2-step page drawn out on my whiteboard, and I left a little bit of space to make a drawing. I'm going to go back through, read this problem again, and circle the numbers that I'm going to use. A pitcher of lemonade needs 5 lemons plus 2 lemons for each cup. If Sean is making 4 cups of lemonade, how many lemons does he need? I also see this keyword plus, so I know I'm going to be adding for one of my steps. I also see the word each, and I remember that each is a word that tells me to multiply. Great, I have my 3 numbers and I have my 2 operations. Next thing I'm going to do is draw a picture to help this make sense to me. Okay, here's what I want in the end, is this beautiful pitcher of lemonade. What needs to go inside this pitcher for lemonade? Well, we know in the first sentence it says a pitcher of lemonade needs 5 lemons. So we know that we're going to add 5 for sure. We also need plus how many? 2 lemons for every cup being made. Well, how many cups are being made? We need 2 lemons for every cup being made. We're making 4 cups. Okay, so we need 2 lemons for each cup being made, and we're making 4 cups. Each is a word that tells us to multiply. So first we're going to multiply 2 times 4 to give us 8. Okay, now I have the 8 lemons I need. I still need to add the other 5. 8 plus 5 gives me 13 lemons. Our equation would look like this. Now this looks familiar, doesn't it? So you don't have to write this on your page. All I need to see is 13 lemons. Third grade, these 1, 2, 3, 4 problems were the trickiest 4 problems on this paper. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 problems left to do on your own. Please take your time, go step by step like I did. Use your whiteboard to help you with each step. Draw pictures to help it make sense. We're going to be working with 2-step word problems over the next few days. It does take a lot of concentration and a lot of effort. It is tricky, but I know that you can do this. Work hard, go step by step, and let me know if you have specific questions. So if there's one problem that you are stuck on and you can't figure out, let me know about that problem and I'm happy to help. Keep working hard. Go Dolphins.